the show, and here's what's happening in your world this week. Welcome to the show, guys. As always, it's your bros up, as I said, Bon Joseph. So we're gonna have a nice quick show. We're still here in beautiful, picturesque Spain. I'm battling the sun because I'm outside, so if I start to fade in and out, my apologies. So let's just get right to it. World news. So apparently there are 40 U.S. airports with employees linked to terrorism. Feel safe now flying those friendly skies? Didn't think so. So documents recently obtained by a news outlet, WFXT, through a Freedom of Information Act, revealed that 73 private employees at nearly 40 airports nationwide had been identified with potential ties to terrorists. So the 73 reportedly flagged employees still were allowed to work at the airports because the Transportation Security Administration, or the TSA as you know them, did not yet have access to all the terrorism-related databases used during the vetting processes. So this is the same security system with Homeland that says they can properly vet the refugees that are coming into the United States from all over the world. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against people looking for a safe haven to flee a war-torn country, but how can they vet somebody coming from another country where they have zero credible background information on that particular individual? And here they are with these people working within the country at the airport security checkpoints with valid information, and they couldn't even seem to get that right. So wow. So North Korea, on to the next story, and what a doozy it is. North Korea has released CCTV footage of the American student who was caught stealing a Kim Jong-il poster from a North Korean hotel, a crime which got him sentenced to 15 years of hard labor. What an idiot. What an absolute moron. Who would possibly think, let's go to North Korea, steal some shit from a hotel of Kim Jong-il himself, and think that there's not going to be massive repercussions and consequences for such behavior, especially as an American student. So the guy's name is Otto, and he said looting the poster was the worst mistake he ever made in his life after he was sentenced to more than a decade of forced labor in a prison camp on Wednesday on charges of subversion. So North Korea's state news agency has now released grainy footage and images claiming to show the moment that the 21-year-old ripped the banner from the wall. The banner reads, "Let's arm ourselves strongly with Kim Jong-il patriotism." What a dumb shit. I'm sorry, I usually try not to swear during my shows, but this guy is just the epitome of idiot. It just doesn't make any sense to me that why somebody would do something so stupid. In entertainment news, the Michael Jackson estate has sold back the Beatles catalog to Sony. Michael Jackson, as you may remember, bought this from Sony way back in the day, outbid Paul McCartney. They feuded and hated each other ever since. Now, the MJ estate has sold it back for a massive $750 million, yes, billion with a B, dollars. Whatever, up to them, don't care. Not too many people, I don't think, are going to really care about the Beatles catalog after the next 10-15 years anyway. That's just my opinion. You saw the video where they had Kanye doing a song with Paul McCartney, and all these young new jacks are saying, hey, that guy's going to have a great career. He did a song with Kanye. Yeah, so welcome back, son. So yeah, enough of that. So Chumlee, as you all might know, Chumlee from the Pawn Stars television show, Austin Chumlee Russell, he was arrested last week in Las Vegas. I know that's not news this week, but we didn't get it until this week. So Las Vegas police found drugs and firearms in his residence. USA Today got a copy. USA Today is a newspaper. They got a copy of Chumlee's arrest report that lists some of the contents of the star's home. Believe it or not, this guy even has a chum chum room with a dance pole inside of it in his house. I believe it. Why not? I would too. Who cares, right? So anyway, inside the room, police said they found clear plastic baggies with white residue and a dollar bill rolled up with white powdery residue in it.
$1.
Thank you, Louis.
After you.
Certainly.
Come on, chum. A $1 bill? Anybody knows that if you're sniffing coke through money, you use a hundo. You gotta use one of those Benjamins, baby. I don't do coke, but I'm just saying I've seen enough movies and I've seen Scarface. I know what's up. So he had all kinds of guns and stuff. Apparently they were investigating a domestic abuse call, I believe it was, and now all this has come down. The guys from Pawn Stars aren't really saying anything. They're giving them support to Chumlee. They weren't recording at the time, but we'll see what happens with that. In sporting news, the New York Jets have said that they are focusing on signing Ryan Fitzpatrick. They're not interested in RG3, who has been released from the Washington Redskins. I still say send him to Detroit. Send him to the D. Detroit is going to need a quarterback very, very soon. Matt Stafford has maybe 2 seasons left. I say 3 if he has a really great season. We've already lost Calvin Johnson. He's decided to retire. Come on, man. Send us RG3. We've been known for taking in these quarterbacks that, you know, were great but failed somewhere else, and we brought him into Detroit. And yeah, Rodney P. Anyway, we're not going to get into that. Bring him over. In sad news, actually, Baltimore Ravens cornerback Trey Walker died of injuries sustained in a dirt bike crash in Miami. I believe that was just last night on Friday night, so our thoughts and prayers are with his family. He was only 23 years old. He was a young guy. That's pretty bad. So hopefully his family can pull through that. Yeah. So Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is suing Gawker. Gawker has information or video of Hulk Hogan having sex. So they decided to put it up and let the whole world see. Hulk Hogan's suing Gawker for $100 million, right? $100 million because he says this is a violation of my privacy, sex tape shouldn't be out there. I think it might even be 115. Either way. So Gawker says, you know, with Hulk Hogan being as public with his sexual exploits, the sex tape is with him and his friend's wife. So it's a bit juice, right? So he's out there. He had a reality TV show. He was talking about this stuff. He wrote a book. So Gawker claims, you know, it's not privacy. This is newsworthy. So they put it out there, and now the battle ensues. So from Hulk Hogan's to ridiculous stuff in real world stuff, which is actually something out of this world, this guy in Scotland says he spotted a UFO. Well, he says what he believes is a definite spacecraft. Actually, let me make that distinction, because there's a difference between a UFO and a spacecraft. If something comes flying by my face right now and I don't know what it is, it's an identified flying object, not necessarily a spacecraft. Where he says this was hovering in the sky is he drove home from his friend's house last month. I don't know why this is coming out just now. As you can see from the video, there's these lights, and he claims this is a UFO. I can't tell what the hell that is. It just looks like some lights from off in the distance. But we might even try and pull this stunt off later tonight right here in Spain. So as we look off to the ocean over there, and it's dark and there's boats out there or whatever, it might look just like this. He then says he doesn't know what happened. He got, you know, he thought maybe he scared them off because of the flash from his camera. Yeah, so whatever, dude. I mean, again, you check out our Conspiracy or Cock Up show. I'm all about extraterrestrial life. There's no way that this is it and we're it, okay? Let's not be so arrogant and naive. But I don't know. So we'll have to leave that one open to speculation and let you decide. So what's going on with that? So more from the sublime to the ridiculous. So we had the spaceship guy. Now we've got this weather girl. This weather girl, her name is Roxana Vancia. So now I'm not sure if it's what's more ridiculous here, the fact that this has happened, or the fact that more meteorologists don't look and behave like this woman does, because everybody would watch the news if that were the case. Now I know that's a bit sexist, but with all the stuff that's coming out of the mouths of the Donald Trump racist supporters, now I'm not saying all his supporters are racist, I said his racist supporters, some of them are racist, so let's listen to what I'm saying. So anyway, that shouldn't be startling news to you at all. Come on, son, I'm almost done here. Stick with me, baby. So anyway, Busty Roxana Vancia, she was reading the forecast on Romanian television when she decided to do, you know, some exercises. So she gets a bit active. She's doing jumping jacks on you know, camera, and then she just starts to jog, and then before you know it, kapow, you know, her boobs fly out. So this is crazy. I can't even believe that this is happening, you know, on the news. And I mean, if you look at this video, you can see she's got some whammajamas, man. There's definitely, you know, no reason for her to be bouncing around like that. You know, Madonna in Brisbane, in Australia, just had a concert and pulls this girl up on stage. I think she was 17 years old, and then she says, I think, you know, you have this is the kind of girl you want to just smack her ass and rip off her top or something like that, she says. Rips off this girl's top, her boobs come off out on stage, and then she's like, oh my God, and apologizes to her. What are you doing, you know? I am so tired of these self-induced wardrobe malfunctions. This is just ridiculous. So this goes all the way back to, you know, like Justin Timberlake, you know, with Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl halftime show way back in 2000, whenever that was. You know, gonna have you naked by the end of this song, and then there's her little crusty, gnarled up nipple on TV. So we knew what was going on with that. Come on, that wasn't a mistake. None of this stuff is ever by mistake. It's all by design. It's all good for ratings. So anyway, I guess the girl probably got, you know, the job she was looking for. I think she was making a play for a raise. No pun intended. You know, but this is the best way. She got her job on the network, and there she is. So enough of titties, and well, you can never have enough titties, but enough talking about them. That's it for that. So let's have some good news. So the good news for this week is, on this day 75 years ago, the Tuskegee Airmen, an elite African-American Army unit, was activated. So they were the first to consist of black pilots. For years, they trained but were not deployed. So in 1943, when black leaders demanded equality in World War II, demanded more skilled soldiers, the Tuskegee Airmen, or Red Tail Angels, were sent to Europe and proved their mettle as accomplished pilots. So you know, they leave back a legacy. I'm happy for what they did, but you know, it's a different time back then, so I wouldn't be fighting to fight for anybody. But that's good on them. I'm glad they got that chance to prove that they were worthy, and they did that. So that's the show for today, guys. Sun's going down. I'm going to go to check out the ocean. Tune in to v3tv.uk if you have any other things you want to see. We got sports, we've got music shows, we've got all kinds of like Guns N' Roses tribute bands, all kinds of great stuff, you guys. Just check it out. If you're in a band or you have music and you want to submit your beats and stuff, that's the place to find out how to do that too. We got 2 new shows coming out, and if you got Roku, check it out, because we're going to be on Roku in about 3 weeks, so be ready. Thanks for tuning in. As always, it's your bros, Vaughn Joseph. Peace.